Hey folks, Papa Joe here. How y'all doing tonight? I'm set up here at my receiver. I got a time to kill. I'm doing a little searching on the internet, checking out different stuff. And of course, you know me, I came across my politics. I was listening to some of it. And you know, it just totally amazes me how blatantly disrespectful our government is to we the people. Period. They have fabricated lies and stories. And I can't blame it on just the Democrats. Back when President Trump was running, didn't none of them like him. Didn't none of them want him in. It was we the people that got him in. He had very little support from anybody up there. Democrats and Republicans. They didn't think he would win. They didn't think he was a threat. And once they found out he was a threat, all hell broke loose. That's when a bunch of fabrication, setups, spying, cheating, backstabbing, you know, typical politics that we really ain't supposed to know about. They have wasted so much time and so much money trying to get rid of him. Now, there's some that have figured out that he really ain't going nowhere. There's some that are still mad that he's in there in the first place. I do not understand the people that are still buying into all of it. I don't get it at all. This phone transcript has been made public. And we've had everybody read it. And they say there's nothing in it. Now they have the ambassador from over there, Terry someone or something like that, I forget. It's not important to me what his name is. They had him down there in that secret dungeon, and they was asking him questions. And yeah, he thinks that there was some pro quo quid quad plot, whatever the hell they call that. Well, where'd you get your information from? Why do you believe it? Well, I got it from Senator so-and-so. Oh yeah, how'd you get it from him? Out of the New York Times. I read the article, and that's how I made up my mind that there was wrongdoing. Really? Really? And this is how we're going to try to impeach a president. They've done this wrong from Jump Street. Now, I heard one Republican today that was saying, oh no, there's people on both sides of the aisle that want to press forward with this. Really? If you got that many people wanting to press forward with this and you're so convinced that he's wrong, why are you keeping it so secret? Why did you take so long to put it up before the House for a vote? You own the House. You would have had the votes. But why did it take you so long to put it up for a vote? Huh? And if you've got so many on both sides of the aisle, what's the problem? Why is everything being held hush-hush and doing it secretly? We have a set standard that we do this by. Protocol, whatever you want to, SOP, I don't care what you want to call it. We've done impeached 3 presidents, I think. Wasn't Jackson or one of them 100 plus years ago? Wasn't he the first? Then we had Nixon. Then we had Slick Willie. So both sides have had a shot, right? Both sides should know how it's done, right? Now, we're going to start making new rules and all this other stuff. And we're going to attempt to keep the president from being able to defend himself. Really. And you think him or the American people is going to stand for that? I commented earlier that I seen the videos on the president going to that ball game, and there was a lot of people that booed him. The majority of them there booed him. Okay. I got you. Where was the game at? I really don't know. But where was the game at? Was it in a red state or a blue state, or just where was it at? Was it a mixed state? Or area? You know damn good and well that if that area was majority blue, well, of course they're going to boo him. They're expected to. If it had been majority red, they'd cheered him. I've seen the rallies he's gone to. There ain't even standing room left in there. They have it packed outside. You can't tell me that the man is not liked. At least his job performance. He's popular. He's got the people's support. Is that maybe why you're trying to hold stuff so hush-hush? Or maybe it's because you're fabricating another story. You've done fabricated so many, the American people don't believe you in your stories anymore. Maybe you realize that, and that's why you're trying to get your ducks in a row. You're all in now. You don't have a choice but to go on with it, right? Huh. I don't think it's going to fly. I think what's going to happen is you've done opened a can of worms, and you can't put the lid back on it. The worms are coming out. And I think there's going to be more investigations and more charges than you really want to happen. But I think they're going to happen. And if the timing is right, or you're thinking this impeachment's going to hurt him on the elections because of your timing, I got a feeling there's going to be a bunch of charges filed about that same time. Now there's a old biker saying, Not that I'm a biker. Yeah, I ride a motorcycle, but I'm not a biker. But I've watched documentaries, and I say that a lot of times as a joke, but this time I'm serious. I've watched several of them about biker gangs and stuff. And they basically have one common saying, and that's 3 people can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. No, it wasn't the Clintons, but they seem to have a track record, don't they? I guess they're just lucky that anybody that can have dirt on them and do them any damage, a suicide thing, ain't it? There's a saying on the streets, he who talks, walks. Now, we all know that it's usually the big guy that walks, and it's us little people down here on the streets that take the fall. I don't know if that'll happen this time. They're saying there's too many big people and all them alphabet soups up there in D.C. that are dirty. Imagine that. Now, I know most of my listeners agree with me, but those that don't, I don't understand how you're buying into all this nonsense that these people are telling you. If you don't like Trump, I get it. I didn't like Obama. I did my best not to share bad information on him. I'm sure I shared some, because I really didn't like that man at all. And calling him a man is doing good for me. But this nonsense on Never Trump and trying to kick him out of office this late in the game, trying to overturn an election that they lost, and he's not my president. I never said that about Obama. Whether I liked it or not, he was my president. About the only thing me and Porkchop disagreed on, we was both jarheads. He kept telling me I had to respect him because he was the president, and I said, no, I'll respect the office. I have no respect for the man. Now, Porkchop is a Democrat. I wasn't. We didn't talk politics. We talked Obama a few times. He didn't like Obama, believe it or not. I think he voted for him, but he didn't like him. He never told me if he did or not, and he's done gone now, so I'll never know. Folks, don't blindly follow your party. It's one of the worst things that you can do is just blindly follow your party. The people that's leading your party, and I don't care which party it is, they don't give a damn about you and I. They really don't. Do you Republicans honestly think that it's only the Democrats that are dirty? And they're doing these dirty deeds? You Democrats, do you really think that it's only the Republican Party that's doing all this stuff you think they're doing? It's both parties. It's a damn snake den up there. It is a swamp. It does need drained. I haven't watched all the elections that well yet, the election results. I'm hoping a bunch of Democrats got voted out, personally. Actually, let me rephrase that. Of both parties, I'm hoping the lifers have gotten voted out. Period. I don't care what party you're in, if you've been in there that long, 20 years and all that, too damn long. Period. They stay in there that long, they get corrupted. Period. I don't care what face they're putting on the TV. I don't care what stories they're telling us. You cannot tell me that these politicians that have been in there for 10, 20, 30 years that have gotten rich, it wasn't by good investments in the stock market. You hear me? I'm hoping some young blood got in there. I really do. And come next November, we'll have a chance. We'll have a big chance. And I hope y'all are paying attention. I know I've had a couple watch parties here of late. A week or so back, I did one on politics. Tonight, I did one on religion. A preacher was preaching a good sermon. It was a good sermon. It amazes me how people come in there, click in, click out. Some of them will stay 2 or 3 seconds and hear a word. Gone. Yet we want to call ourselves informed. How are you being informed? If the only information you're getting on politics is coming from Facebook, I feel sorry for you. If the only religion you're getting is coming Sunday morning or the TV show you watch so that you don't feel so guilty, I feel sorry for you. That's not a good deal at all. On both of them, you need to do your homework. Period. I don't have a whole lot to say about this. I know. How long have I been now? Almost 20 minutes with nothing to say. My biggest thing is that I would like for y'all to start educating yourself more. I'd like for you to start spreading the word on both, on politics and religion. Try to open some other people's eyes. Try to go in and find out what's going on for yourself. Term limits. Term limits. Convention of the States. The only way you're going to get term limits, if the owner of your company asks you to voluntarily take a pay cut, are you going to? No. Well, that's what term limits is doing to them. You're asking them to vote themselves in a pay cut. And they're not going to do it. They're embedded too deep in the mud. They ain't going nowhere unless we force them out. By election or by term limits. Some corrupt people up there. It's a crying shame. That ain't how this country was set up. This ain't what our forefathers had planned. And now Yeah, I have to choose my words carefully. We'll call them the deep state like everybody else does, because that's the politest thing I can call them. They are now trying to change the history books and all this. They have softened up our younger generations. Just read today where the youth are saying they don't want to study World War II. It hurts their feelings. Oh, excuse me. To read about our history in a war hurts their feelings. That answers a lot, don't it? Whose fault is it? My generation. Well, evidently, some of y'all didn't bust their asses enough, and I won't go there. I'm busting my kids' ass, I'm here to tell you. And I didn't have to do it too often because I did it right the first time and they didn't want it the second time. But I can count on one hand how many times I had to bust any of my kids' ass. That's how it's supposed to be where I come from. They're supposed to fear Daddy. I'm not supposed to be their friend. I'm friends with them now. But when you're trying to teach them and raise them to be a productive member of society, you ain't supposed to be their friend. You're supposed to be a father, a guider. That's what they're supposed to be up there in D.C. is a guider. They're not guided. Well, I guess I bored y'all enough. Just some stuff crossing my mind. See, and I didn't even get excited and get loud or none of that, did I? Well, I must be getting soft. Y'all remember, good Lord loves you. So do I. DC up there, they're using you. That's all they're doing is using you. Y'all have a good evening now.